Hi guys, this is Crypto News Today, and I have started up this YouTube channel based on some experience I've had from 2017. Now, this is just a new channel, but there's a lot of new interest into the crypto space just in the last year. Phenomenal interest. Family, friends, a lot of people now are talking to me about crypto that didn't believe, didn't have any knowledge, had never heard of it in the past. And now is the time to get in on this. Now, with all this print stimulus in America and all these different things coming out, and they're losing faith in fiat currency, meaning dollars, euros, pounds. That it's going to change in a big way. Definitely, it's going to change in a big way over the next few years. We're going to see crypto take not maybe replacing fiat currency, but definitely up there with running side by side. Faster transactions, cheaper. Everything's going to be a lot quicker, faster, easier. Buying properties, certainly buying properties in the UK just now is just horrendous, the time it takes through lawyers, with money changing hands, things like that. It's going to be a lot quicker and easier, and the banks have to adopt. They have to adopt into this, or they will be left behind. Ultimately, if people lift their money out of the banks, there's going to be no banks, so they have to adopt, or they'll be left behind. But when I started in crypto, I just bought some Bitcoin 2017, and there was hardly any news on it. There wasn't much that I can remember. Nobody that I knew of was in it, and I just thought I would dabble a wee bit into Bitcoin, and that's all I bought. Just a small amount. I think in 2017 it was only about $4,000, and if I had known, but then hindsight's a great thing. I'd only bought some Bitcoin, and I just thought I would dabble in it a wee bit, but like I say, it was never really discussed about. It was never a big topic. Couldn't find much news on it, but now all the mainstream, all the media, you've got Bloomberg and you've got the BBC News, it's everywhere now. More people talking about it than ever, and it's easier to access the information with all these big YouTubers now. What I find with these YouTubers are, because they've been in it a while and they're all talking, a lot of it's in depth. Now, I'm just starting this YouTube channel, just basics, just talking about basics, because I think a lot of people are new to this and they would like to know simple things like where to find information, what's the best coins to buy, and the best use of it. Now, what I've found recently is that there's a couple of options three options you could do with these coins. First of all, you can hodl it, which is buy and hold it. Now, you can buy and hold it for the long term, and there's nothing wrong with that. You could pick any one of even the top 10, buy it, hold it, keep it in a exchange, and happy days, let it go up. It's ultimately going to go up way more than what you would get in a savings account. Now, in the UK, I use TSB Bank. Now, before I opened savings accounts, I opened ISAs, I bought stocks on S&P 500, and I was watching the daily gains, and there were nothing in comparison to the gains in crypto. Now, yes, crypto is more volatile, and yes, it's going to have its dips, but the peaks and troughs, now the gains outweigh what it loses. Overall, year on year, for the last few years, Bitcoin alone has went up 200% per year on average, and it's went up about 1400% this year because of the corona dip last March. So that's not going to continue. We're not going to get 1400% gains year on year, but way more than what you would get from the banks. Now, when I checked my TSB savings, now this is a high interest savings account, and currently it's giving me 0.2% per year gains, when inflation is going to be more than that. So ultimately, by leaving the money in the bank, you're actually losing money. Now, the banks will trade your money. That's how they make money. They trade your money and give you a fixed rate. Now, it is laughable, 0.2%, considering the gains that you can get in some of these crypto. For instance, Theta, 27% gains in 24 hours. And TSB are offering 0.2% in a year. Now, that's just laughable. But they've got to protect their money and their profits, which is fair enough, but it's not for me. It's definitely not for me. Now, a few of the things you can check now. So obviously you can go into this, which is CoinMarketCap, which is amazing. You can check every single coin. You can type it in the search bar, and you've got the ticker symbols, which is the wee codes for these coins. Now, at the moment, we've almost 9,000 altcoins, which in altcoins stands for alternative coins to Bitcoin. Now, some say Bitcoin is the new gold and Ethereum is the new silver, but I would say that Cardano possibly could not overtake the market cap of Ethereum, but certainly it could 2x, 3x, and it would be up there and rival Ethereum. But Ethereum, I'm not saying it's unstoppable, but there's a lot of competitors to Ethereum. But ultimately, you want to hold at least a couple of the top 10, at least a couple. I bought Polkadot when it was $9. I bought Cardano when it was 30 cents. It's been up at 145. I did lose a bit on Binance Coin, sorry. I bought it at 300 and it's came down slightly, but I think it's got room to grow. It's got room to grow because Binance is an amazing platform. I do some leverage trading on Binance, which is good. Binance futures. You can also hold and stake. Now, staking is they're giving you a percentage per year interest, but a lot of it's paid either daily or weekly, which is good. So you can hold coins on Binance, but you can also do leverage trading. So you can do up to 100x, 125x leverage, which I don't recommend because that's a risk of liquidation. It's very, very risky doing 125x. Although you can do it if you watch what you're doing. Now, I've got Market Cipher, which is very good for, and that's on. Have I got to open here? There we go. Market Cipher is a really good indicator. Now, you pay $400 for 5 months of Market Cipher, and this is good for indicators. It's got good indicators on for trading. But I can go in depth with this in another video. I just want to try and cover the basics for now. But what I was saying before was when I got into Bitcoin 2017, there was none of this. There was no, not that I remember, there was no any of these analysis tools. There certainly wasn't as many as there is now. I mean, it's amazing what we've got now, and this is going to be the future. Mass adoption, definitely mass adoption here. But there's way more options to hold, stake, gain interest. I've got a Nexo account. I put a lot of tokens into Nexo, and they give you a guaranteed rate of interest paid daily, or you can fix your tokens on, say, 1 month. So if you fix it for 1 month, they give you extra interest on top of that. So you can't get access to the token for a month, but you're gaining interest. Also on fiat currency, you can get up to 12% interest on pounds, euros, dollars, stable coins, USDT stable coins, which you need for transfer and exchanging some tokens from one to the other. When I first started off, I bought Bitcoin from Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges in the world, but I found their fees are too high. and too limiting to what you can do on the platform. Now, I'm not saying you don't use it. It's certainly a good trusted platform. However, there is more options now than there was then. So I originally bought a Bitcoin, I think it was just Bitcoin, on Coinbase, and then I was introduced to eToro through a friend, and I opened an eToro account which allows you to buy normal S&P 500 stocks and shares along with crypto. So you can, if you have some stocks and you have some crypto, you could keep them on the same exchange, which is nothing wrong with that. But I find with eToro, you're again very limited in what you can do, and I find when you're buying a currency or a token, you're charged a higher rate. But as a secure platform, it's been about for a while. But when I find if I'm exchanging from eToro to say when I open my Nexo account, I tried to transfer some Ethereum and Bitcoin, I think it was Cardano, ADA Cardano, from eToro. Now, I find the platform not too informative. I tried a live chat. I couldn't work out how to transfer my tokens from eToro to Nexo. There was nothing. I couldn't find anything on Google. I couldn't find really anything to help me. I finally was told by someone that you've got to put it into an eToro wallet, which is a separate app you need to download. Now, I didn't know this. They don't tell you. I couldn't find anything to tell me about this. So you transfer. So say you want to transfer your Ethereum from eToro to another exchange that pays you interest, and that was the reason I was changing from one to the other. So I went on to my portfolio in eToro, which you can download easy. I think I've got it opened here. So you've got all the things here, but I took quite a lot out because it wasn't making me any interest. They don't pay you staking on eToro, so I thought, well, I want passive income, as much passive income on my tokens as possible. Now eToro lack that. I think this is what's leaving them behind slightly, where a lot of the platforms, a lot of exchanges now, you've got a choice of, say, Celsius, Swissborg, Nexo. You've got quite a few different platforms now, BlockFi, various platforms and exchanges. You can lock your tokens up. You can either have it on a flexi or a fixed, say 30, 60, 90 day fixed time frame, and they give you extra interest. So I wanted to take my coins out of eToro. I think at the moment I've only got BNB, Neo, ADA and XRP. So I've not got much. Two of them I'm still running at a loss just now, so I'm not going to touch them because you only lose if you sell at a loss. So I'll keep it and hopefully it'll return back to normal. When the back in the green, maybe once it gets to the green I'll then look at transferring. So I was looking to transfer my tokens from eToro into Nexo because Nexo give you a good rate of interest, 8%, 10%, 12% on various tokens. So I was trying to transfer this. So I was looking to transfer Ethereum. So finally, once I worked out how to transfer it into my wallet, so that takes about 3 days. Then you've got to transfer it from your eToro wallet into your other exchange, which again takes a few days. So each time you do this, it's holding the price back. You're not getting the gains on it while it's in the eToro wallet, and all the process just takes a long time. Plus, you can't transfer all of your token. You've got to leave some of it behind, a small percentage, and they charge you a fee for. Well, that must be how they make their money with that, which is fair enough. Everybody's got to make profit, but the fees in some of these platforms you've just got to keep an eye on, because if you're changing large amounts of crypto, this could be expensive. Now, there's other platforms where you can. Wait, I'm just going to bring up. So Coinbase here. Coinbase has got a few. They've started doing some sort of gate. You can do Cosmos and the graph. Cosmos and the graph you can earn some interest on, but not huge amounts. Not huge amounts. I still think that Coinbase, for being one of the oldest exchanges, is still behind with their times. I think they need to learn to keep up with some of these other ones, as far as I can see. But Coinbase is one of the biggest, so it's not going anywhere. So it's safe to do it. It's safe to hold your currency there. So there is a lot of options now for crypto that wasn't here even a year ago. It's extremely hard to keep up with all this. All this is moving so quick, especially these new NFTs. You've got DeFi. You've got all these different platforms, all these different tokens, and it's what to look for and when. It's really hard to keep on top of it. You've got to keep an eye on all the news. You've got to keep an eye, watch a lot of the big YouTubers, the main ones like BitBoy Crypto, JRNY Crypto, Crypto FOMO. There's lots and lots of channels now, and they're bringing out really good up-to-date news, which I watch daily. Now, my main goal is to do crypto full time. That's my ultimate main goal. I was building up a property portfolio in the UK, but I've at the moment I've stopped that because crypto gains are just through the roof just now in comparison to what you get in property. Plus the fact that crypto's a lot easier and quicker to invest in than property, because property takes a long time between buying and receiving the keys and various other things you have to do and all the fees with it. So at the moment I've paused on my property journey and I'm now focused on my crypto journey. Now I will go back to my property journey and I will continue to maintain my portfolio in property, but my main goal at the moment is to boost my crypto portfolio. Now I'm starting this channel as a learning curve for myself and hopefully my viewers. Now if anybody's new to crypto and they do want to know anything, because I'm such a small channel, if they send me any comments I will return any answers or any information you're looking for. Where I've found with the bigger channels they probably get they get inundated with questions that you never get any answers because they've got so much. Now a lot of them put information on Twitter, which I'm going to start an account for, but I've noticed in the past when I've asked a question on the bigger YouTube channel comments, nobody or very seldom anyone gets back to you because they got so many questions. But because I'm such a new channel and I'm going to focus on this 100%, I will get back to you. If I don't know the answer, I will find it for you and I will get back to you. Now I want to start this journey with you guys, so I'm hoping that this will be a good journey. But like I say, if anybody wants to follow me on this journey or want to know anything, I definitely know the basics. I've been around since 2017. I know how to find a lot of information. One of the tips I found the other day was this site here. I was tipped by another friend in crypto. He told me this site is very informative with upcoming news. Now you can't always 100% rely on this because you need to do your own due diligence and research, obviously, and there's a lot of these tokens that are only available in small exchanges like Bitmax, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and they at the moment still occur high gas fees, high exchange fees. Now there's a new Uniswap version 3 coming out which is going to reduce the gas fees. There's also Ethereum 2.0 which will reduce and burn the gas fees. So there's new things coming out that will make this easier and quicker for exchanges. However, when I'm looking at buying an altcoin in particular, I only buy it through a main exchange like Binance, or KuCoin or various platforms like that, the big known exchanges. I won't buy anything on the small exchanges, just purely at the moment the gas fees and things are too expensive. You have to open like a separate MetaMask wallet. So at the moment I'm happy with most of my portfolio is in Nexo. Now with Nexo, you have to buy the Nexo tokens in order to get the biggest gains in your staking. But also you've got to remember that Nexo tokens are going up in value as well. So you're getting gains on your crypto, your portfolio crypto, and you're getting gains on your Nexo tokens. So it's a win-win. It's certainly better than keeping it in a TSB account giving you 0.2% per year, which is laughable. So I'm focusing on staking my pounds in Nexo. I'm staking my Nexo tokens in Nexo, and I'm also staking my Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, various other tokens as much as I can in these staking platforms, which gives you daily interest. You can stake Swissborg, say for instance. Swissborg are giving you a good rate of return. You can get some up to, I think it's 17-18% interest, which is outstanding compared to banks and also any other investments you could have. I've always been interested in ways to gain passive income on primarily my salary from my job and from my rental income. So I'm looking to stake as much extra monthly income I have into these passive income streams. These crypto exchanges at the moment are paying way more than you would even get gains from rental properties, and that was my main goal at the start. Whether these gains maintain, these staking percentages maintain, I don't think they will. The more adoption we get, they won't be paying rates like this. I cannot see them continuing. I think there's a few. I think I read the other day there was Nexo was paying something like 25% daily gains, and now they've reduced it, and I think they've reduced it a couple of times, just purely because they can't maintain. Obviously they've got to make a profit, so they can't maintain the rates of guaranteed interest. So, but still, at the moment, this is the best place that I can see for storing your money. When you take your money out the bank and put it into, say, the Nexo wallet, and you're getting up to 12% interest on your pounds, fiat currency pounds, and it's paid daily, and you can take this out at any time. This is unbelievable. As far as I can see, unbelievable. There is nowhere else that I can see that you would get gains like that guaranteed. There's nowhere else. Also, another thing, you can register for a Exo Mastercard. So you top up your portfolio with, say, just normal fiat pounds, if you're in the UK, dollars, America, euros and Europe, and you can apply for this Mastercard. Now, they don't do a credit check. They don't do anything like what a bank would do to get any sort of card. You don't even have to have a registered address for crypto cards. You just need to have a wallet account, and you just need a form of ID to get these accounts open. You don't need a fixed address, or they certainly don't look for as many checks as a bank does. So you apply for this Mastercard. Now, you can get this from Nexo. You can get this from there's another one, crypto.com, and you can apply for these cards. And what they do is you top up, so you're getting your interest paid daily on your fiat currency and your crypto. You could use this Mastercard in a normal shop or online shopping, whatever you want to do, and they give you 2% cash back in crypto for anything that you spend on that Mastercard. So you keep that money in your wallet, and you're getting guaranteed gains daily for your fiat pounds, and in return on spending that pounds, you're getting more money back. So it's definitely worth getting one of those cards. Another option you have is you can take out a crypto loan with Nexo. So say for instance you had one full Bitcoin in your Nexo wallet. They'll give you half of what you have in your wallet. So they give you that, so you can take that out and they will give you that loan back, and all you're doing is you hold your one Bitcoin as collateral, so you can still take that out, it's still gaining interest. All you have to do to get that loan is put up your crypto as collateral, and they will give you half of that value in a loan. You pay that loan back daily and you can pay it back at any time. So, and if you take out, say, if you had, for instance, one full Bitcoin and they gave you half a Bitcoin as collateral, if you give your one full Bitcoin as collateral, they give you half a Bitcoin in a loan. So say for instance, let's say for talking's sake that if you took out your loan when Bitcoin was say 30,000 and you took out, they gave you half a Bitcoin as a loan, and within say 1 month, 2 months, the Bitcoin value has doubled. So you can effectively then pay that half a Bitcoin back loan, and you still gained that difference. So you pay the interest back daily, which is about 8%, but if Bitcoins went up 50% or 40%, let's say, which is realistic in this market, you could pay that back 8% and you're up 32%. So it's risky because it could go down, but it's certainly worth looking at. I've not done it yet. I'm going to do a wee bit more due diligence on this because I'm fairly new to Nexo, but it's definitely worth investigating. Maybe not taking out that amount, maybe a small amount just to see how it goes, but it's definitely worth investigating to help you maybe gain a wee bit more, just to try and get ahead a wee bit and how, your progress on how much you will have at the end, because Bitcoin ultimately is a limited asset. There is only 21 million ever will be mined, and I think there's about 6 million lost in wallets over the years, and some of those big investors, the big institutions that's buying lots of Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy, Elon Musk, BlackRock, all these big companies, big banks now, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, they'll be holding billions of dollars of Bitcoin. So they're not going to sell. They're not going to sell for a long, long time. If they see that Bitcoin could possibly go to $1 million, there's no way they're going to sell it for anything like $50,000-$60,000. No way. So a limited supply of Bitcoin, which makes it extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. Now, if the current market cap of Bitcoin is $1 trillion, and they're comparing it to gold, which is about 14 trillion, that means Bitcoin could potentially 14x. So there's no way they're going to sell. So you need to try and get in as much Bitcoin as you can afford. Now, don't put all your money. I certainly wouldn't risk all my money, because ultimately your bills, your day-to-day bills and living expenses need to be paid in fiat currency. At the moment, it will become a time where you'll be able to buy things, more things, and pay for your bills through currency, cryptocurrency. I'm sure there's some states in America now allowing you to pay taxes and things on crypto, so it will become more commonplace in my mind. So as more people adopt into crypto, this is going to be a big thing. Now, Elon Musk mentioned today, I think it was in the news, that he's going to now allow you to buy a Tesla car with Bitcoin. Now, clever for him because it's going to give him more Bitcoin, but also for anyone that has money in Bitcoin and not enough in fiat currency, then there's an option. So it's becoming more commonplace. So you want to try and get in there and buy at least some Bitcoin first, because it's a limited asset. It's going to become almost impossible to buy a full Bitcoin at some point. It's going to be impossible. So if there's, say, only, let's say out of the 21 million, there's 10 million in circulation at the moment, and there's 60 million millionaires in the world, there's not even enough Bitcoin to give each millionaire one. So there's going to be a fight once it becomes more known. There's going to be a fight for who gets these Bitcoins. Now, you can buy Satoshis, which is part of a Bitcoin. I think there's like a few thousand Satoshis to a Bitcoin, so you can still buy Satoshis, but to get a full Bitcoin is going to be very, very hard in the future. So this is why I'm trying to get as much Bitcoin as I can. Now, I would recommend that out of your spare cash that you have day to day or paycheck to paycheck, if you can save something. So what I would recommend, rule of thumb, is I would keep 50% of your spare cash flow in your bank for your day-to-day bills and any expenses that may occur, and 50% into crypto. That's what I always suggest as a rule of thumb. 50%. So say for instance you save £200 per month after your pay, after your expenses, £200 a month. What I would do is save that £100, which is the half of it, in your bank or in a savings or whatever you want to do, under your mattress, probably better than in the bank. You get more gains under your mattress than you would in the bank. I would keep 100 of it in the bank. I would take another 100 and put it into an exchange. Nexo, Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, number of ones. I'd put £100 in, and half of that I would put into Bitcoin. So £50 into Bitcoin, and then you're left with £50. Now, the two options that you could do here is you could put the £50 into some leverage trading if you want to risk the gains. I would say the gains outweigh the risk if you use low leverage. So if you put £50 into, say, Binance, for example, you can do a lot of leverage trading on most of these, well, all of the coins that's available on Binance, so most of the good ones. So say you put £50 into Bitcoin and hold that there and stake it, so you're gaining interest on that £50. You could put either, say, £10 into 5 different coins and hold them, or you could put £10 into 5 coins and leverage trade them. Now, with leverage trading, like I said before, you can leverage trade up to 125x on Binance and 100x on Bybit. Now, with Bybit, if you're in the UK, you now, or by the end of 31st of March 2021, so this year, you won't be able to trade on Bybit in the UK. They're putting a ban on the UK trading of these futures. But if you use a VPN, which I can give you information on down the line if that's what you want, you can get a VPN which gives you a different IP address, which means Bybit wouldn't know whereabouts you are in the world. It's not illegal in any way, but it's a loophole of how to do it. So again, if you want to know about VPNs, just let me know. I've found out a bit of information. I know a few trusted VPN companies and addresses you could use. So so you could put, if you use Bybit, you can use Bybit in the UK. You could use Binance in the UK and various other countries. However, I think in America you can't use it in every state, I believe. Again, if you want to know, I can find out for you, but I know some states don't allow Bybit trading. You can use KuCoin, various other exchanges. But for the UK, I use Binance. So you say you had the £50 in your Bitcoin and it was staking interest. Probably just for diversify your portfolio, say buy 5 different coins, £10 each, and put it on leverage trading. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm only giving you some indication of what I would do, and this is what I have done, and this is what I'm doing just now. Now, you can just put your £10 in 5 different coins and hold them and see what happens. And they will, if it's in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap, the chances are they will go up. But it'll be slower than it would if you trade them on Binance. Now, with Binance, like I say, you can trade up to 125x. Not advisable unless you've got experience in trading. If you've got a lot of these analysis indicators and you can keep an eye on, say you've got if you went on to say Coinbase, you can go to the charts and it will show you indicators. You can go to Bybit and it will show you indicators. You can go to Market Cipher is good, however you've got to pay. I paid $400 for 5 months subscription to these indicators, which again, if you're going to be trading a lot of money, not necessarily thousands but even hundreds of pounds, it's probably worth buying something like this. You can get token metrics, you can get, I know MDX Crypto, he has his own version of this, so there's a few options out there for it, but I use this Market Cipher. Now, you could either put your £50 into one token and put it on leverage, or you could put £10 into 5 tokens, whatever you want to do. I would probably advise to start with maybe 5 different ones and just get a feel for it and see what ones you think are going to do well. Now, the most I've tried in leverage is 25x, but your liquidation price is very close, to your market price. So I don't recommend, especially as a new trader, investor in crypto, and you don't really know too much about it, I would recommend no more than about 5x leverage, which gives you a big room for if that dips. So say for instance, let's say you open up a trade here, say at $55,000 on Bitcoin, and it's going to be the same for the altcoins. You've got the charts, you can look at all the charts, you just type in at the top and it'll show you all the charts. You can chart it to US dollars, and chart it to Bitcoin, to Ethereum, all different things. Again, I could go into this more in depth in a future video if you want. But say for instance, let's say for talking's sake, you're trading Bitcoin and it's sitting right here in the middle, $55,000, and you put on a 5x leverage. Now you could put a stop loss of just below it, so if it dips it'll stop you out and you won't lose any money or much money. And you can also set a take profit, which if it gets to a certain point going up, it'll stop you out at that take profit. So say you were busy at work or something and you couldn't just keep an eye on it, you can set a take profit where it'll just stop out at that, and then that's it, take your profit. Now let's say for instance you open a trade here on say 100x leverage. Now 100x leverage, yes, will give you massive gains, 100 times. So you put in say £100, say you put in £100 trade, that would be like a £10,000 trade because it's times it by 100, but your liquidation price will be about here. So if that drops from there to there, you're stopped out and you've lost your money. Where if you took out say a 5x leverage, so that's only 5 times what you're putting in. So you put in a £10 trade, that would be £50 worth of trade with £10 money. So you're basically borrowing that extra. So, but if you take out a 5x leverage, then your liquidation price could be way down here, which gives you this buffer. It's basically a buffer of if that goes the wrong way. So say for instance, you get up in the morning to go to work and you look and think, oh, that's great, we're in the green, we're looking up, everything's going to the moon, happy days, fire in £100, right? So you could fire in £100 on a leverage trade, high leverage. You go to work, boom, straight down, and that's you liquidated. Where if you put £100, I'm just saying to talk and say, there's no limit to what you could put in. You could put in probably £1 of a trade, and you've got that leverage. Then if you're only in 5x leverage, you've got that. It's basically a buffer for it not to be liquidated. So you're getting less gains, but you've got more tolerance, basically more tolerance for if anything goes wrong. So say for instance you watch this go up, oh, this is amazing, it's going to the moon, we're all buying Lamborghinis. So you put in a trade away up here, you keep an eye on it, you think, oh, this is unstoppable, I'm putting a trade in here, and then you go to work, boom, lost it all. But if you had a low leverage on this, the chances are even at this level you still wouldn't be liquidated. So you've got to weigh up your reward and risk ratio. Are you willing to risk this losing out, or would you rather just have a simple life and not worry about it and have a low leverage and you've less risk of being stopped out? So this is what I'm trying to master. Not master, but trying to get more experience in trading, because it's going to be a quicker way to build up your portfolio. So this is the main reason I thought I would start this channel, because I thought if I start from the basics and explain where to put your money, where to buy it, best way to hold it, best exchanges, because I've experienced quite a few different exchanges, paid different fees, get different staking amounts, changing between exchanges, knowing what ones are fairly good, fairly quick, what ones you can get if there's any issues, where you can get technical help easier. Like Coinbase, there's absolutely no technical support at all. It's very, very difficult to get any response from them, where Nexo has a live chat, you can do it straight away with them. There's a lot of pros and cons to a lot of these different sites. So if you have any information or any, what I want to build up here is a small family, or not necessarily a small family, but to start with a group of fairly maybe new traders to Bitcoin and to crypto. And I want to try and get everyone's experience and knowledge onto one site, where it's a lot easier to get your answers, because it's not easy finding a lot of the answers on the internet. You could type in something and it'll come up with something else. So it's good to have knowledge and experience from people that have done it. So if there's any even experienced traders, if they could put in some help, some information, some knowledge, some guidance, would be amazing. So this is why I'm wanting to do this. So I'm still working full time, but I'm hoping to do a YouTube channel at least a couple of times a week to start with, and hopefully build it up if there's a demand for it. But please, any comments, any questions, anything that you would like to know that would help other viewers, that would help me, that would anything at all, any questions you would like to know, I'll find out, I'll answer and get back to you best I can. So just let me know, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Bye now.